How are you, my fans, sneak peepers, and curious friends? I am difficult and demanding. If you want to know my real name, then hold still, and I might bring your wish to fruition. Before we begin, you can find this podcast show in iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, Blueberry, Google Play Music, TuneIn, YouTube, and Stitcher. Now, unlike the other people in your life, I actually care about what you think. So meet me halfway, take a tiny moment, and give my podcast and each episode a review rating. This is the I'm Difficult and Demanding podcast, keeping it real, uncensored, and shooting straight between the eyes. The third eye, that is. I am going to hit you with explicit truth. This solo show is outrageously honest and keenly witty with a view into life. Yes, I said life. That's what we do every day when we wake up from sleeping. We are living life. Well, some of us at least. Moreover, I hope to provide you with gut-wrenching laughter and a touch of wisdom. Let's get something straight. Really, really straight. I am truly, actually, habitually, and shamelessly difficult and demanding, and I completely own it. Now, I don't ask for much because I expect and receive it all. I firmly believe that if you expect shit, you will receive shit. What does that mean? Well, it means expect nothing but the best and don't settle for less. Now, as always, I, your host, Tara, am keeping it real and uncensored. It is our time again, so I need you to unplug from life and dive all in to episode 22 of the I'm Difficult and Demanding podcast, keeping it real on the ridiculous world we live in. Today's show is called Take Yo Ass Home. When it's time to leave the known for the unknown, do you listen to your head or your heart? I'm starting to believe that being a racist is the new trend. Why be politically correct and a quote-unquote nobody when you can become a racist and make yourself seem like a somebody? Before I begin, I am going to do a call-out. What's a call-out? Well, it's not a shout-out. I am calling out you motherfucking lurkers. If you have entered my world, then be honest with yourself about it. You want to be here, and you know I want you here, so follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Finally, climb aboard and enjoy the entire show because I am giving you plenty of ridiculous honesty. Once the podcast episode ends, I am keeping it going on my Instagram page at Difficult and Demanding and on my Twitter page at Mrs. D&D. Are you ready for our weekly rendezvous? Well, if you're not, you should get ready. Because today I am talking to you about sacrifice. Yes, sacrifice. That's what we're talking about. And I want to know, what do you think about sacrifice? What comes to mind about sacrifice? The actual definition of sacrifice talks about slaughtering animals and people as an offering to God or divine or supernatural figure. And we're going to get something straight, really, really straight right now. I'm not slaughtering a goddamn thing. So for all you twisted, demented motherfuckers who thought that that was what was going to happen on this show, no, that is not what's going to happen. And you can just erase that shit. Erase it, delete it, do whatever you need to do. But that is not what we're talking about. We're not slaughtering a motherfucking thing here. We're talking about the word sacrifice. And if you don't know, it does have other definitions. And I am going to get to the definition that's relevant to what we are talking about today. Sacrifice is an act of giving up something valued for the sake of something else regarded as more important or worthy. Again, sacrifice that we are talking about today is an act of giving up something valued for the sake of something else regarded as more important or worthy. I find that definition very, very intriguing because that's not what or how we are taught about sacrifice. I personally viewed it as losing something or giving something away for the benefit or betterment of someone else. Yes, listen to what I said, and some of you may agree or disagree, but what I've been taught is sacrifice is giving up something or giving something away for the benefit or betterment of someone else. Now, since I can't ask any of you your thoughts or view directly, because I wouldn't be able to hear your response. Now, please don't get too angry with me, because I find it very liberating that I get to ask questions and never get a motherfucking answer back from you. Isn't that fun? I find it so great, but I'm sure you find me very, very irritating. But anyway, if I could get an answer from all of you, I would love to hear what you thought about this. But since it's not happening right now, maybe it'll happen at a later date. But as of right now, the only one that's talking is me. So this is what it is. But feel free. You can always feel free to send me an email, DM me, whatever the fuck you want to do to get in touch with me to let me know your thoughts. I always welcome it. And please feel free to do so. But I find it quite liberating to realize that I've been fucking myself over for years for no reason. And what I mean by that is based on my definition. Anytime I have thought about or engaged in the act of sacrifice, it was for someone else's benefit. And that means I lost. And I mean, like, shit, I was supposed to receive and return. I mean, that whole thought is, it blows my mind away. Like, damn, I've been giving away shit and not expecting anything in return. And technically, I was supposed to give to receive something back. So when I look back on all the different situations I've been in, it's like, okay, fuck shit. I'm like, how do I fix this? Because, like I said, I'm looking at myself saying, you're a beautiful, badass motherfucking fool. Like, girl, shit, you should have pulled out a dictionary to begin with. Like, what the fuck were you thinking? But, that's not how life happens. You learn things as you go along, and you learn things when you're supposed to. So think about all the things that you have done or given away, because that was the quote unquote right thing to do. I think people confuse the words selfless and sacrifice. They are not the same. They really are not the same. They're not even synonyms. Selfless means concerned more with the needs and wish of others than with one's own. That's what it means. It means unselfish. Selfless means being concerned more with the needs and wishes of others than your own. So I want to be clear. Sacrifice and selfless will not ever be the same goddamn thing. Now, if I'm wrong, then you guys need to let me know. But our culture teaches us at an early age to give away things to make others happy. Like it's a trait of nobility. Think about all the things that you've done for your family members or your romantic relationships. You can really get motherfucking gypped. Now, some of y'all may be the motherfuckers that are selfish in a relationship and you've done all the taking. But for others who have done the giving, you really have to think about what I'm saying. Like, how much have you fucked yourself over? How much have you gypped yourself under some notions that are completely false, very false? And if you have the audacity to say no, then you're labeled as selfish. So again, work with me here. I started off talking about sacrifice, and sacrifice is about giving up something to receive something of greater importance to you. I took it a step further, and then I said, but in our society, we are taught that sacrifice entails giving something up, you losing something for the benefit or the betterment of someone else. But that's not what sacrifice means. That is what selfless means. Yes, sacrifice and selfless mean two different things. And then if you have courage and heart, a backbone, some gumption, and you tell someone, no, I am sorry, I'm not going to be able to do that for you, I'm not going to be able to give that to you, then you are labeled as selfish. Selfish means lacking consideration for others,
concerned chiefly with one's own personal profit or pleasure. So now we have sacrifice, selfless, and selfish. When you sacrifice, you are letting go of someone or something so you can move on to something you deem better. Better. Not better for someone else, better for you. And only you. Now, if someone else happens to peripherally benefit, hey, fuck, shit, great. But what I'm talking about is sacrificing for yourself so you can receive something of benefit. Now, choosing to sacrifice could be deemed as selfless or selfish. It depends on which side of the motherfucking room that you're standing on. But someone else's opinion they can call you selfless or selfish depending on what's going on in their state of mind. But when you throw in those two terms, selfish and selfless, it is taking it a step further. You are making a judgment. Now, there's no judgment with sacrifice. Sacrifice happens when you are going through major life changes, transitions in your life. You're stepping away from the known to the unknown. But some choose to stay comfortable and not step out into the wild. And when you don't take the steps that you're supposed to at the time you're supposed to, then life will come in and force your motherfucking hand. Now, some of you may know what I'm talking about. Some don't know what I'm talking about. When I say force your hand, you're dealing with the situation. You're dealing with a person. You're at a holding pattern. You're in a hold still. You don't know what to do. You're indecisive. You're fucking circle jerking yourself. You're just chasing your own goddamn tail because you know you need to do something. You can't figure out what the fuck to do. You may not even be thinking about what the fuck you need to do. You're not happy, but you're not moving. And this goes on for some time. And then you find yourself in a situation, a traumatic situation where the rug has been pulled under your motherfucking feet because you refuse to do something. So fate has intervened and fucked your shit up for you, which is going to cause you to either deal with the situation or not. But that is neither here nor there. So some of you choose to stay comfortable. Others choose to step out into the wild. And like I said, when you don't choose to do what you need to do, life comes in and forces your hand. When your hand is forced, that's when it feels like your world is exploding and motherfucking ploding at the same goddamn time. It's traumatic. It's dramatic. So how do you know when it's time to change paths and sacrifice? Well, it's a very, very personal thing. It's very personal. Only you can tell. Only you, personally, you can tell. But you are usually very restless and fed up with the status quo. You start wanting to do things that are out of character for yourself, which if you're caught, it's an automatic life fuck up. Now, for some of y'all, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. Other people sitting there looking motherfucking clueless. It's cool. Either way, we're all different ages. We're all different life stages. Some older people know what the fuck I'm talking about. Some young people may know what the fuck I'm talking about. And there may be a group of you who are just fortunate enough to be clueless. And you know what? In cluelessness, you may find bliss temporarily. So own your fucking clueless bliss. Own that shit. So it's an automatic life fuck up. One way or the other, your life is going to change. Now you can take the less painful way and take a courageous step. Kind of like stepping off a cliff with a motherfucking blindfold on. You can do that. You can step off a cliff with blindfolds on and see where the fuck you land. I mean, you can see where you land. You might land on your ass. You might land on your feet. You might land on your motherfucking head. You may live. You may goddamn die. Whatever the case may be. But life will put you in circumstances in which it's time for a major overhaul. It's time for a major change. So you step off the cliff with your blindfolds on. And that can be a selfish decision. Or that can be a selfless decision. But it's going to create the necessary change that's needed in your life. So in that situation, for those of you who are doing shit that you're not supposed to and you get caught up, your selfishness has actually created a form of selflessness for yourself. Okay, guys, I know I've confused you. I know it. But here, I'm going to take a step back and I'm going to repeat this shit again. For those of you who have been in long-term relationships, let me use this for example. Some of you have been with people. May not be able to stand that motherfucker. You may still love the son of a bitch, but nothing's being done about it. You're asking, nothing's being done. You're talking about it, nothing's being done. You're silent, nothing's being done. Whatever the case may be. Now, one of you people choose to step the fuck out and do whatever. Okay? Whatever you're doing, you're not supposed to be doing, you get caught. Now, you know that shit is going to be traumatic and goddamn dramatic. And hopefully no one has to pull a foot out of their motherfucking ass or their mouth. But hey, difficult and demanding drama. So ignore me. Now you are presented with a situation because your selfishness has created a situation which is going to benefit you because it's causing the change that you need. So your selfishness was actually a way to, evoke selflessness as far as creating the change in your life. Now that is kind of complicated, but that's the silver lining that people talk about all the time. As people, we do stupid shit all the time. We make excuses for why we're doing it. But if you really are honest, then you can deal with the real issue. But people don't like to deal with the fucking problem. No, why deal with a motherfucking problem? Why you gotta deal with the problem? No, motherfuckers, they like to dance around the goddamn problem. Yes, they like to tap dance. They like to dirty dance, whatever. They like to deal with anything but the goddamn problem. They'd rather deal with a never-ending list of symptoms. In life, we do have free will. But then there are some things like fate that you can't fuck with. And you can't run from the shit either. You can't run. Your ass can't motherfucking hide. There's not a goddamn thing to do. There's not enough booze, partying, pussy, dick, whatever it is that you motherfucking like, your device. There's not enough of that shit that's going to get you to be able to hide for too long away from fate. You can't. You can't try to delay it. You can't stop it. There's nothing you can do about it because it's not going to work. To move on to the next chapter in your life, you have got to give up something. Now, how are you going to figure out what it is that you need to give up? Well, it's the thing or the person that can irritate the fuck out of you. Seriously. It can irritate the fuck out of you, your motherfucking soul, the core of your goddamn being. Whatever the case may be, it's old, it's tired, it's done. It's no longer palatable for you. It makes you want to retch or bitch slap the face off of somebody's motherfucking body. That's what I said. Either makes you want to retch or bitch slap the face off of someone because you're just the very presence of that person is just like, okay, I am sick of this goddamn shit. You no longer desire it. In your presence, you don't miss it. You don't long for it. It feels like you have outgrown it. It no longer fits or makes sense. It could be the very thing that looks perfect on paper and logically, but your soul is saying either drastic, your soul is saying something different. You need drastic changes. So drastic changes is going to happen one way or the other. It's going to happen in the current situation you're in, or you're going to leave that current situation, and that's going to create another set of drastic situation. But anyway, you are dealing with drastic drama, and there's no way to avoid it. So then you're saying, you know what? I'm bouncing the fuck out of here. I'm sick of this shit. I'm bouncing the fuck out of here. Now you see that each one of us has a different path, a different story, a different way of achieving whatever we need to achieve. It's not all going to be the same because all of our lives are different. Our purposes are different. What we're trying to accomplish are different. And trust and believe how all of us gets to our end goals will be different. Now let's get real. Each one of our personal issues and insecurities keeps us from reading or noticing the signs around us. Yes, your life will give you signs, feelings, urges to let you know that something is up. Now you can't time or predict when the universe is come knocking at your motherfucking door. Like you have no control over that shit. It's like you think everything is going along well. Everything is just great. And all of a sudden you get punched in the goddamn chest and you get the wind knocked out of your motherfucking ass. It's kind of like that. You have no control over it. And it can be good or it can be bad. You don't know. But whatever change that's needed for your life at that moment in time, it's going to happen. It's all a matter of the decisions, the decisions that you made prior to this point. Were they the right decisions or were they the wrong decisions? If you were making right decisions, then you fare a better chance of getting some good shit knocking the wind out of you. But if you've been fucking around lollygagging, then you know you getting ready to get your ass fucking slaughtered. You are getting ready to get served. You're getting ready to get served. Each one of us are making decisions based on our issues and insecurities. And if you fail to notice the signs around you, what to do? Because at some point in time, the universe is going to come up with the perfect situation to fuck your shit up. That's what I said. Fuck your shit up. This is where the bullshit about a silver lining comes into place. That's what I said. The bullshit about silver lining comes into place. Why is it bullshit? Because, anytime you go through major change, it's fucking painful. It's grueling. It's just like, oh shit, I don't want to deal with this. But if you do the work, you do the dirty, you do the hard work, and you come out of it, you come up with something positive. But it doesn't mean that it's fun to come up with the shit. It's hard as motherfucking hell. So that's why I say call this bullshit, because yes, it's good for you, but it's fucking hard as hell. And who wants to go through some unnecessary fucking hard shit that you didn't ask for? But fate has other plans for you. So let's go back in time. Or for some of you, this may apply right now as far as your life. But those who need to go back in time, go the fuck back in time. Those who are living in it right now, be in the shit. Whatever. It doesn't fucking matter. You are in a relationship. The person's fucking up or not doing what they're supposed to be doing. And you stay with that motherfucker. You think they'll change. You see their potential. So you stay. All you have to do is let that son of a bitch go. And your true king or queen can come into your life. We be holding up our own good fortune, dilly-dallying with some bullshit. Yeah, that's what the fuck I said. I'm going to slow down for a second so you can pick up with me. You have some shit in your life that you have outgrown. It's no longer working for you. You aren't learning shit. You're not growing as a person. It's just, you're just sitting like in a cesspool of fucking bullshit, and it's just getting nastier and funkier as the days go by. Now, the right thing to do is say, you know what? Let's part ways. Let's move on. But no. People will hold on to a bucket of shit as long as they can have something in that goddamn bucket. That's what the fuck I said. People will have a bucket. And instead of having an empty goddamn bucket, they will hold shit, stinky, smelly, foul ass, smelly shit in a bucket, just not to have an empty bucket. Yeah, you don't like my metaphor. I don't give a fuck, but you get my point. I'm supposed to be dramatic. That's why I'm called difficult and goddamn demanding, because I'm here to rattle you and roll you and get my motherfucking point across. And if I got to do it in the starkest way, I will do so. But I got your attention. That's all that matters. So there's no motherfucking drifting when you're listening to me. Stay awake, stay on point. You would rather hold on to some stuff that doesn't work for you than to empty out your bucket. You see, the problem is this. If you don't clear out what is no longer working for you, then how are you going to get what you deserve at this point in your life? Which is why I said we, I, you, he, me, she, each one of us sometimes, we hold up our own good fortune by holding on to some shit that no longer works for us. Yep, that's what the fuck I said. All of us hold up our booty. You see. That's why I'm in your life. Seriously, that's why I'm in life. You heard me say, yep, that's what the fuck I said. All of us hold up our booty. And all you nasty ass motherfuckers with the dirty minds thought I said booty. But I said booty. Now you're saying, what the fuck is she talking about? What? Aren't they the same goddamn thing, Tar? No, they are not the same goddamn thing. I am going to educate y'all. I am going to educate you. I am not talking about a person holding up their goddamn ass. Booty means gain or won. Well, I guess for some of y'all, asses is a gain. A nice ass is where it all begins and ends for y'all motherfuckers, right? That's cool. But you can have two types of booties. You can have an ass and you can have all your other treasures. Okay. So you can have two type of booties and be happy. Okay. Either way, I'm not talking about an ass. I'm talking about gains, things that you win, things that you treasure. And in this case, your booty is your blessings, your good fortune. Sometimes in life, your great luck is waiting for you. But you have to show the courage, which means that you have to demonstrate that you are ready to receive the abundance from the universe. Yeah, you have to show that you're ready. You see, what I said before is talk is motherfucking cheap. Now, for all of you that don't know, you will now know I ain't motherfucking cheap. Talk is cheap and I ain't motherfucking cheap. You see, I don't fuck with people who do a lot of air noises. What are air noises? They fucking talk. My thing is, shut the fuck up and do it. Shut the fuck up and do. You want to talk to me? Don't talk to me. Fucking do it. Do it. That is how you talk to me. If you sit there and time, you deserve this, you should have this, I wish you, fuck you, fuck that, fuck this. I don't deal with motherfucking talk. I am going to be 41 years old very soon, okay? I don't have the time to listen to some motherfucker talk to me about some shit. You better get the fuck up and get to doing, or get the fuck out of my face, because I have better things to do. Yeah, I sound cruel. Look, I'm getting old. I don't have time to play games. I don't have time for the bullshit. Don't try me. I will eat your motherfucking ass alive, regurgitate you, and eat your motherfucking ass again. So don't fuck with me. Like, seriously, life is too goddamn short. Life is too beautiful to be wasted on some talking ass motherfuckers. That is what I said. You have to get the fuck up and show that you are ready to receive what is waiting around the corner for you. You can't be sitting on your motherfucking ass saying, oh, I'm entitled, it's gonna come to me. No, I told you my last episode, you gotta go claim your shit. You have to show that you are ready. It's like a child. A baby is born. They first start learning how to crawl. Then they start trying to stand. And then they start trying to learn how to walk. And then they start learning how to run. But if that baby never gets off its hands and knees, how will anyone or anything know that it's ready for whatever else is necessary to help it learn how to walk, how to run? It's the same for you. It's the same for you. You're sitting around wishing upon a star for your booty. Yeah, you're sitting around wishing upon a motherfucking star. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, where's my motherfucking booty? How far you are? That's what I said. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, where is my booty? How far are you all? Fuck that shit. This is no motherfucking nursery rhyme. After a certain age, shit gets real. All those fucking fairy tales come to an end. You want to live your fairy tale, then you need to shut the fuck up, get the fuck up, and go show that you're ready for your shit. That's why I said, get the fuck up. First I said, shut the fuck up, get the fuck up, and get to doing what you need to do. Seriously, stop the bullshit. Stop delaying what is ready for you. Now, when I said your booty, I was actually talking about ass at that point in time. So I want to make sure you understand. I am trying to confuse y'all because I want to make it fun, because I can be very intense. So I try to turn up the heat and turn the shit back down just to not incinerate you. So just work with me here. I want to bring this full circle. Initially, I told you that sacrifice requires giving up the known for the unknown. Known versus unknown. That's scary as hell. But let's complicate this a little more. Do you follow your head or do you follow your heart? Now, for you dirty dick motherfuckers, I am not talking about your dick. I am talking about the head that's on the top of your body in between your goddamn ears. I just want to be very motherfucking clear of what I'm talking about, because some people, they like to drift all the time, la la land. No, you're not in la la land. You're in Taurus land. Welcome to Taurus land. That's where you are. People like to use the convenience of confusion. And if you don't know, I shoot straight for the third eye. How do you know when to listen to your head or your heart? That's a complicated but very simple question. Shit, I don't even have an answer for your motherfuckers. Can you believe that? I don't have an answer. I will say this though. Instincts. Some intangible bullshit like instincts can make or break us. It could save our lives or be the linchpin for the tremendous success that we're looking for. You know, I looked up the definition for all of you. Even though it is accurate, it reads like some floundering bullshit. And I'm talking about instincts. Your instincts are a response reaction from your body that will let you know if everything is okay or not. Like, for example, your instincts told you on the first episode you listened to from me to run far, far away and really, really fast. But nope, you didn't listen. And here we are on a journey together. Instincts. A journey you don't have any say in. Nonetheless, that's what you're here for, right? That's what you're here for. You don't want any power. I got all the motherfucking power, but nonetheless, you are here. See, that's what happens when you don't listen to your motherfucking instincts. You get trapped into Tara's world and you can't leave because it's so titillating and thrilling compared to your life that you keep coming back. But hey, that's what I'm here for, baby. I am here to entertain and delight, to scare the fuck out of you. But I trust you. You will never be motherfucking bored with me. I can guarantee you. And if you could meet me in real life, oh shit, we would have so much fun. But that's probably not going to happen. So moving on. Okay? Instincts. Instincts. Your instincts will tell you what to get rid of or let go. You'll know because it will be something or someone that you received a benefit from, or it is deteriorating your well-being. So if something is working for you, it's positive for you, it's good for you, keep that shit. That's your instinct saying that shit is jiving with you. It's on your vibration. You're feeling it. It's feeling you. It works for you. But if something is deteriorating your soul, your core, your well-being, now you may have to let that motherfucking shit go. You may have a few things that you motherfucking need to surrender or sacrifice in your life. That's what I say. You may have a few motherfucking people, things, situations that you need to let the fuck go. And that is okay too. Sacrifice is about cleaning house. You are cleaning your own motherfucking house. You can move on to a bigger and better things, a bigger and better house. It's difficult to let something go and you have nothing in hand. Yeah, which is why I was talking about the bucket with the shit in it. Some people would rather have a bucket with shit in it than to have the bucket with nothing in it. We are taught to possess. The more possessions you have, then the better off you are. The better you are. The more important you are. To walk away from something for nothing. Now, you and I both know there are no guarantees in life. Also, your blessings can arrive at a moment that is the most inopportune time. And how do you make that motherfucking transition? Because you and I both know someone or something is going to get hurt. Do you forsake your blessings and stay comfortable, or do you take a risk and throw caution to the wind? What I'm trying to teach you is that you have got to make space, and space can be very fuck. Space making can be very fuck. But if you don't show the universe that you are ready for more, then you will stay where you are. You've got to be a goddamn boss. That's what I said. You've got to be a boss making moves. You can't sit around talking about how worthy you are and then don't put your money where your motherfucking mouth is. Now, I'm not going into specifics because each one of us have different situations, and this advice can apply to many different situations and scenarios. Also, I want to be very clear about something. Sacrifice is sad and possibly traumatic, but you need to understand that there are no fucking accidents. So I know you may be concerned about hurting others, but you are not responsible for their well-being. You are struggling with taking care of your own goddamn self. So how you gonna worry about some motherfucking body else? Put your own air mask on first. Isn't that what they teach you on the motherfucking airplane? Put your own air mask on. You got to put your goddamn air mask on. People have to grow. They have to grow on their own. They have to grow within their own life. So when you are sacrificing, understand that what is done is done. Stop looking back. What happens when you are looking backwards while you're moving forward? Yeah, simple question, stupid question, but answer it. What happens when you are looking backwards when you are moving forward? Well, if you can't figure that shit out, I will tell you, you're either going to bust your ass and or crack your goddamn dome. And after you fall, then you're going to have to spend time getting yourself up and getting yourself together. Now, while you are wasting time getting your shit back together, your blessing is gone. Yeah, that's what the fuck I said. If you are supposed to be moving forward and you are looking fucking behind you as you move forward, you're going to end up cracking your ass, your dome and your ass at the same goddamn time. And by the time you get your wherewith, you get your shit back together and dust your shit off, your opportunity, that bitch is long gone. It has moved on to someone else. Yes, it's moved on to something else, to someone else. Your blessing is gone. Nothing waits for you, including the motherfucking universe. If you don't grab it when it's in front of you, then it is gone. It moves on to the next best motherfucking option. And that would not be you. It's not going to come in reverse. You can't chase the shit. It is gone. You missed a life opportunity. It is gone. So then you have to wait and see if it will ever come around again. So stop fucking around and be perched for your opportunity of a lifetime. Be fucking perched. Be ready to goddamn pounce. Pounce. Move forward in faith and don't be stuck in fear. When it's time for you to let go of something, that means it is time for you to let go. And it's time for it to become someone else's. So stop fucking with the cycle of the divine. Stop fucking up your shit and messing with the fate of others. Live your life so others can live theirs. Now, this is the end of my Come Into My World segment. I hope you learned something. If you didn't, I hope I entertained you. If I didn't, whatever, just keep fucking listening. I'm going to be talking about something in the news. I have a feeling, but what I'm talking about is going to take a long time. So that may be the only thing that I'm discussing in the news versus I normally talk about two or three different things. But today's episode, I have a feeling is probably going to take up the rest of this time. And I'm probably going to go full batshit crazy. So stay around, stick with me, and thank you for listening to this. And let's begin. All right, before I begin, I want to say, please forgive me in advance. I haven't even begun to speak about what I'm going to talk about, but I have a strong feeling I'm going to be off the charts today. So please forgive me. Remember, this is an entertainment podcast. And if you happen to take something away that has to do with wisdom, please do so. But I'm getting ready to let it rip, like completely rip. So today I am talking about Carl Higbie. Carl Higbie was an appointee from Trump. And he resigned as the public face of the agency that runs the AmeriCorps because of racist, sexist, anti-Muslim, anti-LGBT comments made on the radio. See, I'm trying to understand first why our president, Mr. President Lump, keeps appointing people who are so controversial. It's like he constantly likes to keep that fucking pot stirring. Like if he keeps us in a self-induced crazy haze, like we won't be able to see what the fuck he's doing in antics. I mean, it makes no sense. But Carl Higbie was appointed by Trump and he had to resign because of some comments that he made. And as usual, what they do when they fuck up, what do? They give a motherfucking apology. Now, if you guys don't know, I published a special episode from a listener that asked me to speak about compliments and apologies. And if you haven't listened to that one, it's about 30 minutes long, 15 minutes for compliments and 15 minutes towards apologies. I suggest you do so because I have a very interesting perspective on compliments and apologies. I'm not going to go into that on this show because I've already created another show about that. It was from several weeks ago, but you can find it. It's called Special Listeners Request number 1. And I'm talking about apologies and compliments. But this motherfucker says all this shit. And then he issues an apology. He publishes an apology. And his apology says, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, not sorry for my words that were published. Huh? Like, where the fuck did you go to school? He literally said, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry for my words that were published. So I'm sorry that I'm not sorry. That's basically saying, the motherfucker, what the fuck are you putting sorry in the goddamn, like, what the fuck are you talking about? If you're not motherfucking sorry, then why are you even using that motherfucking word? Why are you saying I'm sorry? Like, what bitch ass, weak, cowardly motherfucker is going to say, I'm sorry for not being motherfucking sorry? Then what the fuck are you having? Why is sorry in your motherfucking mouth? Sorry is a word of being humbled, of repenting, of feeling bad. And if your bitch punk ass is not sorry about being sorry, then why the fuck are you fucking why are you talking about sorry? Be a fucking man. Own your shit. If you want to say, you know what? Fuck y'all. I said it. Now what? What? What you want to say? What you want to do? I said it. Yeah, that's what the fuck I said. I meant what I fucking said. I can respect a motherfucker like that than someone who says, I'm sorry that I'm not sorry for what the fuck I said. No, bitch, you sound like a punk, whack ass, weak motherfucker. I have more fucking balls than you, son of a bitch. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. I warned you guys. I warned you in advance I was going to get sorry. I can't stand weak, whack motherfuckers. If you're going to do some shit, own your shit. Own that shit. Be a goddamn boss. Be a fucking boss. Don't be a coward. If you're saying, yeah, I don't like blacks. You know what? I can respect you. You don't like blacks? Cool. Own that shit. You own that shit. But if you're saying, I'm sorry that I'm not sorry, I want to shove my motherfucking foot in the back of your goddamn throat, and then I want to keep that son of a bitch there. Because I don't want you to ever be able to speak again. You don't deserve to speak. If you're going to do some shit, own it. If you did some shit and you feel bad about that, own that. If you did some shit and you don't give a fuck about what anyone thinks, own that shit too. All I'm saying is be fucking true. Don't be weak. Don't be whack. Don't be fake. Stand in your truth. Own your truth. Own your shit. That's what I'm saying. Own your motherfucking shit. But he says, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry for my words that were published. I'm sorry that I said them in 2013. Okay, here we go with the motherfucking sorries again. I'm sorry that I said them in 2013, he wrote. Those words don't reflect who I am or what I stand for. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Because you're talking in motherfucking circles. You're chasing your motherfucking ass and you're sniffing your motherfucking ass at the same goddamn time that you're chasing because you make no motherfucking sense. I'm sorry that I'm not sorry for what I said in 2013 and that no longer represents who the fuck I am. Okay, so you're speaking like Donald Trump. You're speaking like you have some form of dementia where your intellect is not aligning with motherfucking logic, which means you're stupid as fucking hell. That's what the fuck that means. You don't have a brain. Your brain has a fucking stain on it and your shit don't make no sense. That's what I'm saying to you. Those words don't reflect who I am or what I stand for. I regret saying them. Listen, Carl Higbie, he's a former Navy SEAL. He is a conservative media personality. He was appointed to the Corporation for National and Community Service to direct the public image and messaging of this federal department that manages millions of Americans and volunteer services like the AmeriCorps and Sea Corps. So first of all, he was a former Navy SEAL, which means he has some skill, which means he has some level of intelligence. So anybody with some sense should know that his motherfucking apology doesn't make any goddamn sense. Doesn't make any goddamn sense. Now, as a Navy SEAL, he also knows that he's been trained to be accountable for his action and his motherfucking words, which is probably why he's no longer a motherfucking Navy SEAL because he's not cut from the right cloth. He may have got in, but the motherfucker couldn't stick in, and that's why the fuck he's out of it. But neither here nor there. The organization that he was the face of connects volunteers with service opportunities and often the neediest areas across the country. So you have a racist motherfucker who's the face of allocating good people to places of the greatest needs in our nation. Yeah, that makes sense, Trump. That makes Trump sense. Yep, that's what I said. It makes, not common sense, it makes Trump sense. That means it's stupid as fuck. It's not common sense. It's Trump sense. He appoints a racist ass motherfucker to be the face of a motherfucking agency that's here to help the neediest people and across our nation. And now you and I both know who the quote unquote neediest people are in this country. Like, let's call a spade a motherfucking spade. It's white people also, but it's also mostly minorities. So you got a racist motherfucker who is the face of an agency that's assigned to allocate people to help these people. Trump sense. It makes Trump sense, right? It makes Trump sense. The project focuses on 6 areas. 6 areas. Disaster services, economic opportunity, education, environmental stewardship, healthy futures, veterans, and military families. Now, I'm going to get into some things that Higbie said he said in 2013. Now, Carl Higbie, says that he no longer feels that way. That is what he said 5 years ago. And he is no longer that chap. He is no longer that dude. He is reformed. He is better. He is different. He hasn't explained how. He hasn't explained why, but he wants us to take his fucking bitch ass word that he's different. Now, here are some of the things that Stinky B has said. This is some of the things he said. Somebody who lives in my condo association that has 5 kids, and it's her and her husband with the 5 kids, and the mother, the grandmother of the kids, and they don't have jobs. They're there all the time. I bet you can guess what color they are. And they have no jobs, he said. You see, I'm scratching. Anytime I start scratching, I'm scratching my eye right now. You can't see it. All you can trust is I'm saying it. Okay, motherfucker, let's get real. You said in your condo association, you have a neighbor that has a husband, a wife, a grandmother, and 5 kids, and they don't have a job, and they're there all the time. You are so stupid. You are stupid. Because motherfucker, for you to even know that they're there all the time, that means your bitch, non-working, whack motherfucking ass is sitting at home. Did you forget that fucking point? For you to know who the fuck has a job or who doesn't have a job and who the fuck is sitting home means your fucking bitch ass is sitting at home too. What you gotta say about that? Huh? How does that make sense? You can talk about somebody else sitting at home ain't got a motherfucking job, but the rent's getting paid. As a matter of fact, how they're paying their motherfucking rent is none of your goddamn business. Because if you were minding your business, your fucking ass wouldn't be living in a condo association. Your 30-year-old ass would be someplace owning a home. But you're neither there, you're not there, you're neither here nor there. You're all up in everybody else's motherfucking business about what they're paying, who they're fucking, where they're sleeping, how many motherfucking kids you have. Let me ask you this. Where's your motherfucking wife? Huh? Where's your fucking girlfriend? Huh? Where's your goddamn kids? Huh? Where's your motherfucking career? Huh? You ain't got nothing. You know nothing. You will never be nothing. Let me tell you that. I hate when motherfuckers want to sit here and cast aspersions on someone else about how they're living their life. If that's their life, if that's their truth, let them live their goddamn life. Let them live. See, the problem is, while they're living their life, you're not living your life. You're not living your life. Any motherfucker who's paying attention to what someone else is doing, let me tell you this, they're not handling their business because they're all up in someone else's business. And if you don't know, real bosses, people who got shit going on, people who have things to do, they're making moves. They ain't got time to be worrying about your bitch ass and what the fuck you're doing. Let's be clear, number one. People who have real aspirations and making their goals become a reality, they don't know what the person to the left, person to the right, the person behind them is doing because they're moving the fuck ahead. So your 2-bit lazy, no-life motherfucking ass is sitting here telling us what someone else is doing. All you're telling me is about you. You're telling me that you're a fucking loser. You always have been, you always will be. Because if you're really doing shit, you would have realized, shit, I said some foul shit in 2013. I need to fix that shit before I take this job because this may come back and bite me in the ass. But no, you're worried about who the fuck she's fucking, your neighbor. Let me tell you this. While she's getting fucked and making kids, you ain't getting fucked because nobody wants you. Nobody wants a motherfucking loser who's sitting around gossiping, saying nasty ass shit about someone else. Let's start there. So while they're home all day, motherfucker, you are also home all day. Let's be clear. Don't throw stones because you got people like me who come with fucking boulders and crush, kill, and destroy. You are not in a position to have an opinion about someone else when your life is not in order. Your life is not in order at all. Now, as a host of an internet radio program, Carl Higbie has made comments about Black Americans, Muslims, women, LGBT people, veterans suffering from PTSD, and immigrants. So I just want to let you know, he doesn't fucking hold back. Higbie said the black race has lax morals. First of all, spell motherfucking lax. If you can spell goddamn lax, it's a 3-letter word. If his bitch ass can spell the word lax, then you know I might listen to you. Lax motherfucking morals. He says black women think breeding is a form of government employment. You see, a motherfucker who can't get pussy would say that. That's what you would say. Because you ain't getting none in your motherfucking life. Now, what black women think or don't think is really not your motherfucking business. See, the problem is you probably wanted a black woman. And she dissed and pissed on your motherfucking whack little dick ass. And that's why you're angry. Let's be clear. That is why you're angry. White women don't want you. Black women don't want you. Nobody wants your fucking loser ass. Let's be clear. They think it's a form of employment. You think black women are the only women who are fucking and producing kids? Huh? What? No, black women are the only women you're paying attention to because you're motherfucking attracted to them and you'll never fucking be honest about it. Let's be clear. Black women aren't the only women who's fucking and chucking out motherfucking kids out of their cootie cat. They're not the only ones. They're not the only ones. The question I have to ask you is, if you can't stand black people so much, then why in the fuck are you living in an area where you have multiculturalism? Why is that? How does that make any sense? If you really got the balls and the galls to talk your shit, live your shit. If you want to talk shit, live your shit. If you got a problem with diversity around you, then why the fuck don't you go someplace else where you have people look like you? Why is your bitch ass sitting around talking shit about people? If you don't like what the fuck you see, then all you can do is change where the fuck you are. You can't change the motherfucking people around you. You can't do shit about someone else. All the fuck you can do is control you and your motherfucking life. So the question I'm going to ask you is, if you don't like your neighbors and you don't like what the fuck you see, why the fuck did you not get up and move? Go to motherfucking Alaska. Shit. Go to a motherfucking island where you can be the only goddamn person there. Makes sense, right? Why the fuck are you going to continue to live around some people that you can't stand? Because you're angry, you're miserable, you're nobody. I'm going to call it what it is. Because if I'm living around some people that I can't stand, I don't like how they're living, I don't like how they're breathing, I don't like how they're breathing, whatever. I'm going to pick up and I'm going to move the fuck on. That's what people with options, that is what they do. But you, my love, you have no options. And that is why you're talking shit. You have no options. You approached a black woman and she told you, shut the fuck up, sit the fuck down, and get the fuck out of my eyesight. That's what the fuck she said. And you're angry. You're angry because you got dissed, you got rejected, and you can't deal with that. Let's call it what it is. Then he says, our culture is breeding this welfare and a high percentage of people. Our culture is breeding people on welfare, and a high percentage of people on welfare on black. Yeah, that probably is true. And shit, what? If you're concerned about the amount of people on welfare, and if you're concerned about a particular type of people on welfare, what the fuck are you doing to create jobs? See, that's what I'm talking about. You have people who are sitting around talking shit, but ain't doing shit. If you got a problem, I'm from the school of thought, problems deserve solutions. That's what real boss motherfuckers do. You see a problem, you create a solution, but you're not creating solutions because you can't do shit. You're not smart enough and you don't have your shit together to do anything about it. That's what I would do. If I want people off welfare, and particularly if I got a particular issue with a certain color of people on welfare, then you know what I would do? I would go out into the community and I would start creating motherfucking jobs for people to get off welfare so they don't have to freeload, as you like to call it. But you're not going to do that. You're a fucking loser. You are a fucking loser. You see, you don't want people to do better. You just want to have someone beneath your feet that you can talk about and belittle and talk down to. Because if you actually had an interest of helping someone, you would first start helping your damn self. People who have self-love, they love themselves first and then they start showing that love to other people. But that's not what you're doing because you hate yourself. You hate the way you fucking breathe. You hate the way you fucking look. And you hate the fact that you motherfucking exist. You're a hateful ass motherfucker. That is what you are. If you really want to get people off welfare, the only way you can do that is by creating jobs. And last time I heard, do you own a company? Are you a boss? Are you an entrepreneur? Can you fucking spell entrepreneur? Matter of fact, can you identify the word entrepreneur in a motherfucking book? No, the fuck you can't. So who the fuck are you going to talk about how people are making their lives and how they're leading? Huh? Where the fuck were you? Where the fuck were you when these people were getting beat by motherfucking chains and then they were released from slavery and then they didn't have a motherfucking a pot to piss in? Where the fuck were you then? Huh? Where the fuck were you then? Where were your motherfucking opinions then? So if you didn't have no motherfucking opinions then, how the fuck you gonna have an opinion now? And if you want to have an opinion now, put your money where your mouth is. But you ain't got no money. And frankly, you shouldn't have a motherfucking mouth either. If you want to get people off welfare, create jobs, create opportunities. Don't create angst. Don't create more hatred. Don't create more jealousy. Don't create more paranoia. Don't foster that shit. You want to help people. You want to make things better. Then you do it out of love and positivity. Don't come with this fucking bullshit. Don't come with this bullshit. He says he's bothered that black Americans call themselves African Americans when they've never been to Africa. You see here, I'm scratching the other eye. Who the fuck are you to tell someone what the fuck they're going to call themselves? Let's start there. You act like black people say, you know what? I'm in a mood to get my motherfucking ass captured, chained on a motherfucking boat, raped, beaten, tossed off the fucking boat. And if I happen to make it to the other motherfucking continent, I'm happy to be alive. And then when they made it to the continent, you act like they said, hey, I'm happy that I've lost my name. I've lost my family. I've lost my culture. I've lost my food that I like to eat. And I'm happy to be in some place where I don't recognize and I don't understand and I'm fucking cold as hell. Okay? That's what you're acting. How are you going to have an opinion about what the fuck someone else is going to call themselves? See, black people then put that fucking label on them. That label was placed upon them by ignorant ass fools such as yourself. You think they came from Africa off the slave ships saying, you know what? I think I want to call myself African Americans. That's what I'm going to call myself. Yep, that's what I'm going to call myself. I'm going to be an African American. No, motherfucker. We in this country, we like to designate. We like to categorize. We like to label motherfuckers because when you have labels, then you can demean, you can marginalize, you can discriminate, and you can do all these horrific things that we like to do to each other as human beings. That is why you label. Labels enable you to fucking categorize and fucking slot people and treat them badly and say, this is why it's justified to treat this group of people this way. No one asked for this shit. And if you really want to fix the shit, come up with some ideas. Because I have a brilliant idea. I agree. We should get rid of the color labels and just call each other Americans. But you know, that's not going to happen. That is not going to happen because we have small-minded fucking people, small dick, small-minded motherfucking people like you who keep perpetrating this bullshit and not allowing people to live their life. If someone wants to identify with black, let them identify with black. If they want to identify with African American, let them identify with African American. Is it right? Who knows? Is it wrong? Who the fuck cares? It doesn't motherfucking matter. What does it got to do with you? The day that you wake up and you're fucking black and you can walk in a fucking black person's shoes and you can live that life, then you know what? That's when you can have an opinion. But if you haven't walked in their shoes, how the fuck you gonna have an opinion about some shit that you can't even empathize with, you can't even relate to? How are you gonna have an opinion about something that doesn't pertain to you? How are you gonna have an opinion? You can't have an opinion. You need to stay in your motherfucking lane. You need to get the fuck you need to get off my goddamn road. You need to get off other people's roads and you need to stay in your motherfucking lane. He said he didn't like Muslims because he hated their religious ideology. Yeah, okay, that's your prerogative. You're allowed to do that. You can hate someone else's ideology, but it doesn't mean it's right or wrong. It may be wrong for you, but right for them. See, this shows me that you have too much time on your hands and you have nothing of significance going on in your life. No one has time to worry about if this son of a bitch over here, Betsy, calls a potato, or Samantha calls a potato. No one gives a fuck about potato, or tomato. It's all nuances. It's splitting motherfucking hairs. It doesn't matter. You're making an issue out of nothing. And people like you're like Trump. You're troublemakers. You're air. You're insignificant. You're non-motherfucking factor. You're irrelevant. But the fact is, you know how to garner people's attention. You know how to catch people's attention. People love excitement and things being saying wrong. They like shit like my podcast. You know, this fucking wild fucking shit that people say. People like that shit. That's why I have a podcast. But what I'm telling you is, I'm trying to expand motherfucking people's minds. You are trying to shut their minds off. I don't care if someone likes what I say or don't say. I don't care if they like how I say it or how I don't say it. I don't give a fuck. The point is, I find it entertaining. Hopefully someone else will enjoy it. But if you don't, I respect you also if you don't like how I say it, what I say, and how I do it. I can respect that. I don't give a fuck, but I can respect that because you are entitled. Other people are entitled to their point of view. They are entitled to their opinion. That is a part of being human in life. Their truth doesn't have to be my truth. And my truth doesn't have to be their truth. And we can agree to disagree. Doesn't mean that my motherfucking life is going to stop because someone doesn't say, I'm difficult and demanding. I don't like how she posts all these motherfucking sexy pictures and I don't think it has anything to do with what she's talking. I don't give a fuck. I'm paying the bills. I'm putting my time. I'm doing my thing. If you don't like it, close your goddamn eyes and plug your motherfucking ears. That's the school of law I live in. You don't have to like it. You don't have to love it. You don't have to give a fuck. But you are making it a point to try to make other people feel bad. It's like you sense people's vulnerabilities and you kind of hone in on them and you just go gunning for them. That teaches me that you weren't loved as a child and you're fucked up. You're more fucked up than the rest of us. That's what it tells me. You need to go back home to your mother and father, get the fuck back on her boobie, and start sucking on that son of a bitch, because you really have some problems that need to be ironed out. He said military people suffering from severe PTSD have a weak mind, and said 75% of those afflicted are either lying or milking for federal money. Again, that is his opinion. But you are taking people, you are attacking, you are going after vulnerable people, people who are in a weakened state, and you are basically trying to abuse them. You know what you try to do? You come talk this shit to a motherfucker who has a backbone and some confidence. That's what you do. But you're not going to do that, because you prey upon the weak. You prey upon the downtrodden. You get something off. You're like a leech. You feed off of other people's weakness and what they're going through in life. And you use that to stand upon to make yourself feel better. Because any compassionate, loving human being, they would not go, even if they thought that people from the military were milking the system with PTSD, even if you thought that was true, people would not handle it that way. They would respect the fact that, if this is what the person's doing, then they're doing it for a reason. And I'm going to trust that reason's legitimate. But no, you're just assuming everyone's just liars, crooks, thieves, motherfucking scammy. No, you know what you're doing? You are deflecting and projecting. You're deflecting your bullshit and you're projecting your bullshit onto other people. That is what you're doing. You have no place, no stance to cast any of your judgments onto other people and make it their truth. You can have your truth, but it's only your truth. And no one has to give a fuck about your truth. And the reason why I'm taking issue with the fact is that you are preying upon the weak. Why don't you prey upon the strong? Why don't you come for someone who is your match or better? You know why? Because you are actually weaker than the people that you are preying upon. That's what I said. You are weaker than the people that you're preying upon. And that is where you get your life from. You have no meaning. You have no significance. And just like what I'm talking about you now, you are in the news and you're out of the news. Most of the people listening to this motherfucking show, they probably don't know who the fuck you are. And they're probably going to Google your punk ass to figure out who the fuck you are. That is how insignificant you are. Because real people, baby, they last. They have a legacy. They're legitimate. They're there for all time. You were a motherfucking zit that lasted for fucking 3 days, and someone popped that bitch and your ass is gone. You're gone. You're gone. You're ghost. You don't matter. He said American citizens with guns should be allowed to go to the border to shoot undocumented immigrants coming into the U.S. Well, motherfucker, if that is what you want to do, if you want to shoot motherfucking people from coming across the border, then shit, you need to come on the coast. Because people are not just coming across the motherfucking land motherfucking borders. They are also coming across water goddamn borders. Are you going to shoot their asses too? No, you're not going to do that. Because the people coming from the coast, what? They're coming from Europe? Huh? They're coming from where you want them to be? Where the fuck they coming from? Where the fuck are they coming from? Your ass have so many secrets in the closet. I don't even want to begin to start nitpicking the fuck you do. And I have a feeling all the shit that you're talking about, you like black women. You like Muslim women. You probably have LGBT friends. You probably have all this shit. You're probably in the closet about all your real life, but you're saying all this shit to get yourself to be important, to get yourself to be recognized. Because that is usually what people do. The most hateful people, they are actually doing the shit that they say they hate. That's how it works. And then when you do the shit that you say you hate yourself even more, which means you become even more hateful. And then you have to live your double life. You get indulged and swallowed more in your double life. That is what's going. But he wants people to shoot people coming across the land border. Then son of a bitch, you need to start shooting people who are coming across the water borders too. Because you got people coming on planes and motherfucking trains and boats. Start shooting their asses too. If you want to start busting a cap in motherfucking people's asses for coming to you, start busting a cap in everybody's ass. Why discriminate? Shit. Why you got to discriminate because they're brown? Fuck that. Shoot everybody's motherfucking ass. If you don't have a valid visa or motherfucking passport, bust a cap in everybody's motherfucking ass. That's what the fuck you do. But let me tell you this. If you start killing everybody that comes in these borders, unfortunately, America is not producing enough babies to sustain our lifestyle and our GDP. So unless you plan on Carl Higbie can't get a bitch. That's what I said. Carl Higbie who can't get a motherfucking bitch because she won't fuck your ass. Unless you start producing babies, America is doomed. We need the immigrants to come into the country. So you need to come up with a better alternative than picking up a gun, which you probably can't figure out how to motherfucking shoot, and start busting caps in people's asses. Because you got a lot of people, including your ancestors, who were fucking immigrants who came to this goddamn country. If you want to start killing people, whatever. Don't discriminate. Raise your motherfucking gun to everybody and start busting a cap in everybody's ass. But you're not going to do that. You're not going to do that. See, what you have done, Carl, you want to be a part of the popular club. So what you've gone and done, you have picked up on some shit that other people are talking about. And you start singing and screaming the loudest about this because you want friends. You didn't have many friends as a child. So what people do when they want friends, they become something they're not. They start talking about things that they are not. And then they get attention and they get acceptance. You're a fraud. You really are a fraud. And he said, I will volunteer to go down there and stand on that border a week or so at a time. That will be my civic duty. I'm thinking, shit, if you wanted to go stand on the border for a week, well, fuck a week. If you feel so motherfucking passionate about standing on the border and busting caps in people's motherfucking ass, why you gotta stand there a week? Shit, show some conviction. Stand there all the fucking time. Just stand there like a motherfucking pole. Actually, you could be the wall. That wall, the Trump wall, that wall that Trump wants to be. You could be that motherfucking wall. You can walk across the motherfucking United States and the Mexican border. Just walk from the East Coast to the West Coast. East Coast to the West Coast. And you can bust a cap in everybody's motherfucking ass. You can bust a cap in people from the U.S. trying to go to Mexico. And you can bust a cap in people coming from Mexico coming to the U.S. Just kill every motherfucking ass. You'll be the only one on that motherfucking border. Right? Make sense? Why send the National Guard then? We have Carl Higbee. Carl Higbee's going to bust a cap in everybody's ass. He's going to walk 3,000 miles back and forth, killing motherfuckers. That's what he's going to do. Stupid ass fucking jerk. And he said, people receiving government assistance shouldn't be allowed to vote. Well, Carl, I got some news for you, brother. I got some news for you. Let me tell you this. How do you define government assistance? How do you define that? Assistance means help. Government, well, we all know what the fuck that means. So technically, firefighters, policemen, the roads, Social Security, Medicare. I mean, the list goes on and on and on as far as what the government does. So technically, your punk ass shouldn't be allowed to vote either. Because where do you draw the line on government assistance? See, the point of why the government exists is to assist its citizens. The government is made up of citizens, and the citizens make up this entity called the government. And the government is here to serve its citizens. So all of us in the United States of America are receiving some varying form of government assistance. So basically what you're saying is you want to cease our democracy. No, I didn't think that's what you were saying. What you're trying to tell us is that you're really, really stupid and you're just talking to talk. And that is a very dangerous thing when you're talking about shit that doesn't make sense. Because then you have people who may want to listen to your punk ass and take it as something that's credible, but no one actually takes a moment to think, does this motherfucker know what he's talking about? Government assistance shouldn't be allowed to vote. Your actual job, that job that you had, being the face of the agency, is a form of government assistance. Let me tell you how. Taxpayers, that would be us, we pay taxes. That money goes to the government. That money is being used to pay your used to be motherfucking salary. So technically you are receiving assistance from the government also, because if you didn't have that government job, then you wouldn't be getting the government money. So technically you shouldn't be allowed to vote either. Right. Okay. I think all of you got my point. You have a lot of people, including our president, who says shit that's off the cuff and off the wall. And it's just nothing. It's meant to stir you. It's meant to provoke you. But unfortunately, it's used as a tool in a negative way. And we have to learn how to kind of filter out people's bullshit and really dissect what they're saying and what they mean, and realize, okay, this motherfucker's wasting our time. He has no credence. He has no credibility. Let's just move the fuck on. Carl Higbee, you know what? I wish you the best. I hope you find something. I hope you find yourself. I wish you the best. But seriously, guys, if you got a problem with something, come up with a motherfucking solution. Because if you don't have a solution, sit the fuck down, shut the fuck up. This world has real problems, real people with real suffering. And like I said earlier, people who like to talk, I don't have time for air traffic. That's all that is. It's just air traffic. Because if you're not helping to solve the problem, then you're making the problem worse as far as I'm concerned. If you really want to do something that benefits, if you want to get people off welfare, that's fine. I'm okay with that too. Find a way to create jobs. If you got a problem with how your neighbors look and the fact that they don't have jobs, move. You ain't got to look at that shit. See, what we forget is that we cannot control others. We can barely control ourselves. So once we can start controlling ourselves and giving ourselves the love that we deserve, then we can approach this in a sane, balanced way. But when you have selfish, immature, ignorant ass motherfuckers like that who are abusing their position and power, it just stokes the fire of hatred and prejudice. And we have too many real problems out in this world to have this old shit kicked up endlessly. Now, everyone's entitled to have an opinion. You can have it. An opinion's like an asshole. Everyone has one. But you cannot expect that your opinion is going to become someone's truth. You can say all the shit that you want, but it doesn't make it true for someone else. And you need to understand that. You can say, I think everyone should walk on their motherfucking head. That's fine. But it doesn't mean everyone's going to listen. Just because you speak or you have a position of power does not mean that your truth is law. We're all entitled to our own truth. We're all entitled to live our own life. And we need to respect the fact that we're going to have differing opinions, differing ways of living our life. And if you got a real problem with some motherfucking people and you got a problem with you think they're quote unquote abusing the system, come up with a solution. Come up with a solution. If you don't have a solution, shut the fuck up, sit the fuck down until you have one. And then when you have one, stand the fuck up, say it. If it don't make sense, we're going to bitch slap your ass back down and say, you need to go back and rethink that shit and come back to us. Simple as that. Solutions. We need solutions, not people who talk shit all the time. We need real motherfucking solutions.
Are you disappointed this has come to an end? Well, it doesn't have to. Reach out and let me know what you think about this episode and my podcast. You can try and slide into my DM, but I will kick your ass out. So I suggest you hop into my DM on Instagram at Difficult and Demanding or Twitter at Mrs. D&D, or leave a comment on one of my posts. Now give. My episode links to friends, family, associates, frenemies. Hell, give it to your enemies. Actually, I don't give a damn who you give it to. Just give the shit to people and bring laughter to others and show your love for this podcast. Our weekly rendezvous has come to an end. If you want more, then come back for episode 23 on April 27th, 2018 from the I'm Difficult and Demanding podcast, keeping it real on the ridiculous world we live in. In the meantime, visit me on Instagram at Difficult and Demanding and Twitter at Mrs. D&D.